What it do, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage DC Season 2, Episode 13 review. So, we begin the episode with Quick telling Black what happened with Ashely and Joi, and they're at the wrestling studio. Quick is telling Black what happened between Ashely and Joi to get his opinion on everything and how he would have handled it if it was his wife. And Clifton in his confessional feels like Quick is trying to recruit Black onto his side. And this is what I was saying on last week's episode. I was like, I was so happy that Black didn't even engage to the point of giving his opinion. But on this week's episode, he did. And I was like, this ain't even your avenue, big bruh, because you and this man wife already got issues. So anything you say will be picked apart to seem like you're hating or whatever the case may be. So I wouldn't have had no opinion. I would have been like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, I'm just here as a listening ear. That is it. I don't have an opinion whatsoever. But Black pretty much ended up saying that he understood where both men were coming from. So Quick says that Ashely's text was an apology, that she texted Joi right after the whole situation happened. I guess when she revealed that they were married, and that she texted her right after apologizing. But Clifton was like, I haven't heard of that. I don't know nothing about that. And he was like, well, how could you have an opinion on something that you don't know anything about? And he was like, my wife did text your wife and apologize because she saw the look on her face and how disappointed and sad that she was. And I remember that being said last season. So Quick isn't lying about that at all. And I don't know why Clifton doesn't know that. Considering this conversation has been discussed at length at this point. So that's a little odd. Arena asks Jamie, is it okay for a woman to call another woman's man her bestie? They're at a pet store with her mama, who has like a bearded dragon or whatever them things it's called. And they trying to get food or whatever. And the topic of Joi, Clifton, and Carmen comes up. And so that then leads Arena to ask Jamie, is it okay for a woman to call another woman's man her bestie? And he refuses to answer. He was like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't, like he didn't want to answer the question at all. And she gets frustrated, like, just answer the question, just answer the question, just answer the question. And he was like, no, you can't make me answer something that I don't want to answer, because it was obvious to me that it seemed like he already knew that this was going to end up being an argument. And so he ends up saying, I could talk about your past business relationship. Where was this energy 5 years ago when I'm looking on social media with your partner was posting this type of stuff? So obviously she was in the workforce still at this point, and she had a work bestie that she had gotten really close to. And I remember when I interviewed them, I believe they called it like an emotional affair that Arena had or whatever. So this obviously triggered Jamie and made him think about that situation. And I think that's the reason why he didn't want to answer, because it was just like, now why would you ask me that question out of all people when we've been through that and you already know how I feel about that? So I agreed with him. Like, it was best to not even answer. I wouldn't even engage in a conversation. But Arena honestly was still pressing the issue. And I was like, was she not aware of the topic? Or was she aware? And I don't know. It was weird. But I actually agreed with Jamie on this topic that let's not even go there. Let's not even go there at all. So Quick tells Ashely he's inviting everybody to the Wizards game. I think it's the Wizards or whatever. She looking like, okay, Quick, Okay, girl, if that's what you want to do. Because, like, you could tell she's annoyed that he keeps on involving Clifton and Joi in their activities or being around them. And I was like, I get it. In real life, you wouldn't have anything to do with these people, but you're on a reality show and you're going to have to film group scenes. It's not that deep that y'all can't be in the same room with each other and not beef. You know what I'm saying? Especially when y'all ain't even got no history like that for real. If Tisha and Mel can be in the same room with each other and be cordial, y'all can be cordial. Like, y'all can get past this hump. And I low-key feel a little bit bad for Ashely because she's getting such a bad rap on social media to the point where people are asking and requesting for her not to come back next season if they get another season. And I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Even though I do feel like this whole situation is so juvenile and so dumb to me. But Ashely is great for television. She's great for television no matter how you feel about her. So Ashely tells him that she wants to talk to Lil Jamie because she sees how hurt he is. She was like, that boy is hurting. Exactly what I said on last week's review, that you can see that this boy is really hurt and going through stuff and needs help. So if she's seeing it, I see it, and I ain't even a part of it, obviously there's something there with this young man. And I think that it's very earnest of her to want to help and to lend a helping hand or listening ear to this young man, because she didn't have to do that. After that, Arena tells Joi, you know, that Carmen posting Clifton don't look good on social media because everybody's already calling him a throuple. And it's like, why are you posting this man husband? And why are you calling him bestie? And all of this stuff. And Joi defends their friendship and says that there's absolutely nothing going on with with Clifton and Carmen, or Carmen and Joi, or the three of them. Ain't nothing happening. And she was like, I mean, we could say the same thing about Ashely and Alicia, or the Finger twins. And at first I thought she was being sexual, talking about, like, you know, but I forgot that they had got matching tattoos last season. So that's what she was talking about with the fingers. Cause I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This just went a hard left. And it's not the same. It's not the same at all. It was a poor analogy because they are literally childhood best friends. Whereas you just met Carmen a few years ago. Y'all both were competing for the same man. He chose you. She went on, you know, and pursued other interests. And now she's a part of y'all life, working with your husband, kicking it with your husband one-on-one. Like, it's totally different. It's totally different. And I understand exactly where Arena is coming from, because yeah, y'all friends, but anything can happen. Anything can happen, child. Somebody get that itch and it need to be scratched. There was already something there in the past. Who's to say that those feelings won't get conjured up again? And it is tacky, distasteful for another woman to be posting another woman's husband and them spending quality time and all of that stuff. And if, I don't know about Clifton, if he was posting her to that extent, but if he was doing it, then that's even worse. Like, what is going on here? This ain't like this is your homegirl that you've been friends with for years. You know what I'm saying? Been around before Joi. It's not that same predicament. So it don't look good. It does look weird. And I watched Ashely and Winter's interview this past week on their YouTube channel, where they interviewed Carmen, and it seems like things between Carmen, Clifton, and Joi have deteriorated. They're no longer friends. She was at the reunion. They said she was going off because she didn't like the fact that they weren't coming to her aid, like telling the public, like, from what I saw, that, you know, ain't nothing going on but the rent over here. So we gonna see how this whole thing progresses as the season winds down, with the whole Carmen, Clifton, and Joi of it all. So after that, Joi texts Ashely before the Wizards game to try to clear up whatever is going on between them at this point after the Christmas party. And I screenshot the text message that she sent Ashely because Ashely did not respond to her. So she texted her and said, "Hey Ashely, I hope all is well with you and the family. In light of recent events that have transpired, there needs to be a mature conversation between us so we can lay it out on the table honestly and respectfully. The goal is to clear up any discord as we will inevitably cross paths presently and in the future. We are role models for love and women of color, so we owe it to ourselves to have a dialogue to better understand one another. If time permits, I'd really like for us to talk in person." Very concise, to the point, respectful. I applaud Joi for handling it in that way, but Ashely didn't respond. And I fully believe that Ashely didn't respond because when she texts Joi her apology after the whole marriage gate, Joi didn't respond. So I think it's a tit for tat situation, like, well, I made you wait for a response, or you made me wait for a response, so I'm gonna make you wait for a response, which once again is just so stupid and childish. Because like I said, none of this is that deep. Ain't nobody slept with nobody's man, hopefully, prayfully. Ain't nobody smacked nobody's kids. Like, it's not this deep. All of this animosity. So, like I said, Ashely did not respond. Arena and Jamie sit down and talk to that white lady that was in that salt room from season 1 about their marriage and everything. And she tells Arena that she can't make him feel how she feels in certain instances. And she also tells them that y'all haven't fully dealt with y'all past issues because every time y'all argue, they come back up again. And that's 1000% obvious that they have not dealt with a lot of stuff that they need to deal with. And I think that's why we see so much anger and discord in that marriage. And when they argue with each other, it go from 0 to 100 real quick. So it's game day. Joi and Clifton arrive and they speak to everyone. Ashely does not speak back to them. So stupid and petty. Because it's like, oh God, why are we doing this? So it's awkward AF. So Jamie decides to break the ice and is like, is everybody good? And I'm like, nigga, you know ain't everybody good. Like, what? So Ashely was like, no, we're not good because apparently I'm jealous of Joi. And I was like, well, Ashely, at least you're direct. So Joi was like, would you like to talk about this outside? And she was like, yes, I would. So they go outside of the suite and they talk. And Ashely says that it's foolish for them to be there because it had been over a month since the Christmas party and they hadn't spoken to one another. And I was like, well, no, it's not foolish because Carlos admitted it on his interview with Ashely and Winter on their channel that yes, they did tell Joi and Clifton to go here. Like, this was an important scene, so they had to come. And then secondly, she reached out to you. It's not like she didn't try to talk to you prior. You didn't want to, you know. So Joi says that she came to the Christmas party to move forward. Now, I got to disagree with that because you don't walk into somebody's house, look at the host and walk right past them and not speak. Come on, bro. Take accountability that was shady and it was wrong. And that's not starting things off on a positive note. So Joi says that Ashely had an agenda going into the Christmas party. I don't think she had an agenda. I think that she was taken aback when you walked in that lady's house and didn't speak. So it was already, you know, anything will off-put Ashely from what I see because she's distrusting of people. So as soon as you do anything that's like, she gonna be ready to clock you and read you for filth and check you in that moment. So Ashely says that she supported Joi from the beginning, and Joi was like, well, if you did, you wouldn't have told Alicia, so that isn't support. And like I said, I agree with Quick when Quick said to Clifton and everybody, all the other guys at the wrestling place, that if it's a secret to that magnitude, you don't tell nobody. And I agree. Joi, you messed up. You need to take that L. You shouldn't have told that lady your business. You ain't know that lady like that. And you shouldn't have expected this undying loyalty from somebody you literally just met, because stuff like this will happen and people will do stuff and say stuff out of spite. So you gotta take that L. It still doesn't mean that, like I said, Ashely wasn't wrong, but you gotta take responsibility too. So Ashely was like, you know what, forget that. I have bigger issues. I'm jealous of you. It's comical because I don't even think y'all believe that. Jealous of what? So Joi was like, that's what they said. My husband could have said it. Carmen could have said it. And Ashely was like, they said it to you? And she was like, yeah. So why are Clifton and Carmen feeding this to Joi that Ashely is jealous of her? Why are you doing that more so than anything? Because I could expect that from a woman, unfortunately. But Clifton, what are you doing? It is giving me like you want to be one of the girls, because like, why are you even pumping that into her head that it's a jealousy thing? Jealous of what? Because if she was jealous of you, she wouldn't have tried to help you get on the show. So that don't make no sense right there. And I don't like that he's even inserting himself in that way in this situation. So Ashely was like, there's nothing about you, Joi, to be jealous about. And Quick at this point walks out and tells her he's about to go sit courtside. But they arguing back and forth, so he just walk on. He was like, okay, walk on by. So at that point, they agreed to not be friends. And Ashely was like, okay, well, you can leave again. And I was like, Ashely, stop putting people out. That is rude. They had to drive all the way down there, girl, to get there. So Joi was like, no, I'm fine. I don't have to leave. Remember, this is a group scene, but that is their suite. So Ashely says to Clifton, you said I'm jealous of Joi? And Clifton leans forward like in her face, but there still has some space between them. But he does lean forward and was like, I'm trying to figure out what your problem is. And Ashely was like, okay, back the F up, get up out my face. And I agree, because that wasn't necessary. And Clifton put himself in this predicament by even getting involved and not letting the women handle their issues. So yeah, she does have a right to confront him and ask him, like, I'm jealous of her. Why are you even saying that? Like, what's the tea? So I get 1000% where Ashely is coming from on that topic, because Clifton, you looking real messy and catty and pumping up your wife's head with a bunch of negativity. It's not a good look at all. So that was my review of this week's episode of Love and Marriage DC. I'm going to give this week's episode a B+. It was good. I'm looking forward to next week's episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. Excuse me. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.